Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another video. Thanks for stopping by. Who is Satoshi? We'll just jump right into it. Who is Satoshi? That's the question that people are going to be asking when they see the video. People are wondering. There's a documentary that's coming out. I think it's HBO that's putting it out. I'm going to watch it tonight. There's all kinds of theories as to who Satoshi might be. That's been speculating since 2008, 2009 when the white paper was issued and those chat rooms were out there. If you don't know the history, Satoshi Nakamoto is the alias for that's the pseudonym who wrote the white paper on Bitcoin. That's the document that started it all. He was also posting under that name on Reddit and a few other chat rooms. You can go back and look at them, but the question always was, who is it? Who is this guy or lady or group of people that created Bitcoin? Now, I won't go into the whole history, but there's a long, lengthy history of trying to create a digital cash equivalent. And it's been the double spend problem has been one of the biggest issues. You know, if I send a transaction, who gets it first? If I send one Bitcoin to you and I send one Bitcoin to my sister, who gets it first? Or which transaction is legitimate? If I only have one, do both get counted? That sort of thing. But I want to get into the point of, well, first off, we're going to have speculation of who they're going to announce. There's a couple names being kicked around. I think Len Sassaman and Adam Nash, I think it was. Anyway, you can check me, leave a comment down below, let me know what those names are, but it's all over Twitter and X right now. The documentary comes out tonight, Tuesday night, I believe it's 9 p.m. Eastern, and they're attempting to say who it is. Now, I believe, and I have put up several videos, and let's see if I get the right hand. It's this one. So I'm going to try and link a few videos I've done in the past about who is Satoshi. I put them on my Mount Rushmore of crypto. But the point is that I think that you don't want to know who Satoshi is, and there's several reasons why. The first off is that, well, the biggest reason is that if you know who Satoshi is, he's going to be persecuted. He's going to be probably imprisoned, or you name any bad thing that can happen to an individual, and that's what they will try and do because he's an anti-establishment. I'm going to use he interchangeable with Satoshi. Of course, it could be a group, could be a lady, I don't know, but there's lots of different speculation of who it could be. The point is this: if you invented, just imagine that you're Satoshi, okay? Would you want the world to know that you are now taking down the 100-plus-year-old dollar system, the fiat system, and replacing it all with a form of digital gold? You think that might be a little bit of a target that they draw on your back? So there's a good reason to not have this out there. You don't want to know who Satoshi is. And the second best answer would be someone who's no longer with us. In other words, he's unalive, as one of the YouTube friendly terms that are out there today, so it doesn't get kicked off. But the point is that if you created a new monetary system that challenges the establishment, and we're talking about the whole planet is run on the fiat system, pretty much, okay? Those who are in charge of everything, all the conflicts, they're all by bankers. It's all about a money grab. You always follow the money to find out who's ever doing anything and probably what their motivation is, more often than not. So if you create a new form of digital money that's bigger, better, and going to be the world's money going forward. Not everybody believes that yet, but many people do, and it's growing in popularity by the year, maybe the month, maybe the week. We have several stories that have come out. The UAE is no longer going to tax crypto transactions. All these different nation states, Venezuela is considering it. All these different reasons why Bitcoin is getting more and more popular, the ETFs, all these financial markets and conversations that they're having about need to get some exposure to Bitcoin. It's going to be a big issue. But the point is that if you created the new global monetary system, the first persons who are going to go after you are the ones that established the original one or stand to benefit from the other one persisting. So I contend, and will always be my contention, that we don't want to know who Satoshi is, because for every person named Assange or named any crypto person, Craig Wright, not it, but any leader of a crypto project has a target in their back. From CZ with Binance to Vitalik Buterin with Ethereum to Charles Hoskinson with Cardano to Reggie Middleton with Veritasium. all these major projects that are out there have a person at the top, and they are targets. Even the exchanges. I mean, we have Coinbase has a leader, Brian. I can't remember his last name. Brian Armstrong, I think it is. So he's got a target. You've got Brad Garlinghouse for XRP. Several names I could throw out there, probably more. But the point is that if you're establishing a new system, you're going to see a lot of attacks from a lot of different vectors, a lot of different angles. So you don't want to know who Satoshi is. And yes, people are concerned like, hey, he's got the biggest wallet. He's got over 1 million Bitcoin. What's he going to do with it? Well, again, I contend that it's best that we don't know, or if we do know, that person's no longer with us. So I'm going to ride the Hal Finney boat down the river until because he checks both those boxes. If you haven't seen the documentary, I originally saw it on Netflix. I don't remember where it is now. It's probably free on one of those free apps like Freevee or Tubi or whatever. But you can go and watch Banking on Bitcoin, and they will give you a great history of where this has all gone. You'll learn who Nick Szabo is. You'll learn who Hal Finney is. You'll even learn who Satoshi Nakamoto is, but not the one we're talking about this week. We're talking about the original person who was actually living about a mile from where Hal Finney was, and the crypto cyberpunks that probably most likely created this system, because Hal Finney was very tight with Satoshi, and Hal's no longer with us. So Hal would be the best answer in my book, but we'll have to see. And it was also a pretty interesting translation. I don't have the image, but if you go on Twitter and you search Hal Finney and Satoshi Nakamoto, you'll see that if you break down Satoshi Nakamoto, I think it's in Japanese, and break it down like by letter or syllable, it translates pretty close to Hal Finney. Interesting translation, but regardless, if you invented gold, the world would come after you. If you invented silver, the world would come after you. If you invented the US dollar, the world would come after you, and so on. But when you created the best monetary system, that's digital form, digital gold, the best one that humanity's ever seen, and could possibly free us all, lead to freedom in all different angles, you can't draw a big enough target on your back. So I'm interested to see who they name. I think I've heard that it's going to be Adam rather than Les, but we'll see. But again, I contend that not knowing who Satoshi Nakamoto is best for everyone, because then we don't have somebody to point the finger at and try to say, take that down or so on. He won't get persecuted. So check out the documentary if you can. If not, check it out on Twitter. I'm sure there'll be clips. They'll announce who they said it was, but that's not going to draw an end to the speculation. So a lot said today. Who do you think Satoshi Nakamoto is, and do you want to know who it is? Leave a comment down below. I will talk to you soon and see you in the next video. Take care.